No, well, I'm a huge reader. I always enjoy reading knowledge from others. I would be fascinated to know if you've got any advice of books that you've read and you would recommend to other leaders in the built environment that can learn about innovation, culture, leadership, and all those things. What would you recommend?
I love that question because we actually started a book club during the pandemic for our team for this reason, so that we could learn together. And that's one good piece of advice too. If you want to create a learning culture, start a book club at work. It's fun. but
I
that's
tried to build a prop tech book club many moons ago, and I had this little notion of creating the book club and meeting once a month in a tiny dark pub somewhere in London and discussing it. And it actually happened twice, but then it all failed, and I couldn't keep doing it. But I love
virtual and hybrid works too, right? So yeah, ours have all been virtual because we started during the pandemic, and so we started this year, so we're kind of halfway through the year. We usually read one book a quarter because a book a month is we're all very busy. So it's a nice way. We get together at our team offsites and discuss it in person over wine and like awesome catering. So that's always fun. But the two books we've gotten through so far, and they're very balanced, is Atomic Habits by James Clear and Brene Brown's Atlas of the Heart. So Atomic Habits we read because we needed to start to understand that we're in this pivotal moment where behavioral change is very difficult. We've been at home for 2.5 years, and people building new habits to even, every time you've talked to anyone who goes into the office, it's a lot. You're getting fully dressed, you're styling the back of your hair, not just the front of it. And you're getting on transit, or you're getting in your car, you're taking kids to school and then trying to get somewhere. It's a very different new habit that needs to happen over time that people need to build. And how do we help lift the barriers to being able to build those habits and help people along and support them along the way in an empathetic manner. And then Brene Brown, before it can't be vulnerable in this moment. And if our managers can't be vulnerable with teams in this moment after 2.5 years of going through all of this emotional time, we all have to build a better muscle around empathy, compassion, creating belonging, creating safe spaces where people feel valued and heard. I think it's on everyone as part of a team, no matter where you are in an organization, to understand where people are coming from in their day-to-day and understand the whole person, not just the work person. Right?
Yeah. And I think that's probably one of the hardest things for any leader to do if it doesn't come naturally. I find it fascinating, and there's almost a philosophical debate, which is probably for another time, which is around whether things like empathy can be trained, or whether it's
it's tough. It definitely is.
How do you get there? But no, there's some really good recommendations in that. Thanks, Noelle. And